I'm a very picky eater. I like to go out to eat a lot, and my friends and I go out to eat. And oftentimes the very first thing that they'll ask when they go to a place they've never been to is it expensive? And I found out that over time there's certain restaurants where I don't know if they're expensive or not because of how picky I am. And like like when I go to Subway, I get sandwiches, of course. What else do they have? But I get sandwiches, and I like extra meat and extra cheese because I don't have veggies on my sandwiches. And depending on the person who's working, you'll get there's like a $3 barrier. I've had it happen where I'll get a foot long sub with extra ham and extra cheese, and then it'll cost me $6. And I'm like, okay, whatever. And then sometimes it's I'm looking at the register trying to figure out how they came up with 10. I'm like, what the shit is this? Like I go to this place called Qdoba, which is like Subway except for Mexican kind of, burritos and whatnot. And I go in there and I get a burrito, but I don't like anything else on my burrito except for meat and cheese. So I get meat and cheese burrito. It's basically a quesadilla, but it's wrapped up. And one time I went in there and somebody was like, you know, you're only getting meat and cheese. I'll just charge you for the tortilla and the burrito, or the tortilla and the meat. And then the cheese is really not that big of a deal. And I was like, found my favorite place in the world. And then I go in, he rings it up, and it's like $3, $4 for a freaking cheese and meat burrito, right? And I love it. And I go in the next time, and you kind of act like you got the secret menu. You're just kind of walking up there nonchalant to the lady who's at the place, and you're like, last time I was here, I got it was kind of a burrito, but they only charged me for the meat and the tortilla. And then she's like, oh, we can't do that. I don't know who did that, but we can't do that. And I'm like, all right, fine, I'll take it anyway. And then she rings me up for a freaking burrito, and it's like $7.50. So I gotta try to stalk out who works there and who gives me the right price. And I'm like, I'll try to as I'm driving by, I'll look in, I'll be like, yes, she's working. And then I'm like, oh crap, that supervisor's there too. And then I'm like, nah, I can't go now. I'll just go to Subway, where it's another variable, because I don't want to eat unhealthy too much recently. So it's like, okay, I'm going to Qdoba or I'm going to Subway, because that's where I can get food that's not as bad for me. Because let's be honest, if I keep on eating Burger King at the rate that I had, I'm probably gonna die between the ages of 35 and 40. And I want to, see my daughter grow up. So I go in there, I look at Subway, and, I got to do the same thing. I'm like, oh, crap, it's that girl. Maybe that supervisor at Qdoba's off by now. And worrying about how much money I'm spending on food is almost negating the fact that, the gas is almost not even worth it at that point. And that's what drives me nuts about eating out, is that there's two places that I like to eat at, and I never know how much I'm gonna pay.